Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnikins from Commodity Classic. And thank you to our Commodity Classic sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, also Synergy Co-op, Bauer Seeds and Service, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Osteoplastics, Compeer Financial, Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, Alcivia Co-op, Annabis Silo, and the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. Joining us right now, Sara Stekter. She is president of the Wisconsin Soybean Association. Okay, they do the policy. I always get these mixed up. The Soybean Marketing Board does the trade and all that other stuff. And so we'll be talking with those folks as well. But we're going to talk a little bit about policy here at Commodity Classic with Sara. And Sara, thanks for joining us. Obviously, the 800-pound gorilla in the room is the Farm Bill.
Absolutely. It's critical that we get a farm bill passed. I believe the extension was just until the end of the year, but we really need a farm bill to guide us in the future and to help farmers to keep going.
Are there things with the Farm Bill that Wisconsin soybean growers really need and want to see?
Well, obviously, the one really important thing is the safety net through crop insurance. We really need that, especially in a year like this where it's kind of looking like we're going to have a drought, and growing crops this year is definitely going to be challenging.
Talking with Sara Stekter today, as she is president of Wisconsin Soybean Association from Commodity Classic. I know that when Classic first started, talking about a lot of resolutions with the Wisconsin delegation. And that's kind of a very important part of all of this, isn't it?
Absolutely. What we do through the Wisconsin delegation is we help to establish the national resolutions. And the reason why that's important is because that will then guide our staff in Washington and in our efforts in terms of lobbying on behalf of the soybean farmer. So we represent Wisconsin, but we pull together with all the other states in the country that are growing soybeans.
Is that kind of one of the hard things? Because I know with dairy, it's always been like that. You know, Wisconsin has different issues than New York or California. And sometimes those issues collide. Do you see that in the Soybean Association, or does everyone say, okay, let's make sure it works for everybody?
We don't really see a collision of issues in the Soybean Association. If they aren't relevant in our particular state, we also see the validity in working with other states to get what they need. Usually, when we're working on issues through the ASA, it's national issues. So perhaps it's not pertinent just to Wisconsin, but it might be pertinent to all of the Midwest, or it might not be pertinent to Wisconsin, but maybe the Southeast has some really issues that they need to work on. So we see it more as a national effort on policy nationwide in order to get the best deal for the soy farmer.
Talking with Sara Stekter today, president of Wisconsin Soybean Association. Now, you mentioned, the lobbying in D.C. There's an upcoming fly-in in March. Tell us about that.
Yes, Wisconsin Soybean Association goes to D.C. twice a year to talk with our legislators and senators and to keep on top of various issues that arise. Obviously, the Farm Bill is one that we will be talking very much to them about, and the need to pass that. But there's other issues as well. The use of green energy and how that affects us on the farm, and the use of various chemicals, and how it's getting harder and harder to use certain tools that are in our toolbox that allow us to be more sustainable. So we need to keep on top of all of these issues, and this is what the association members do, and that's why it's critical for people to belong to the association. It's important that our voice is heard. We do not receive any checkoff dollars, so even though you're seeing money go out of your checks you receive from the co-ops or the elevators for checkoff, that's for research, trade, and education. We do not receive any of those funds.
So if growers listening or watching on our YouTube channel want to find out more about how to become a member, how can they do that?
They can go to wisconsinsoy.org and they look and see some of the issues that we're working on, as well as sign up as a new member on that website.
Sara Stekter, president of the Wisconsin Soybean Association from Commodity Classic. I'm Brian Winnikins on WRDN.